Yeah, buddy. Oh, look at that. Figuring it out. When I say finesse bait, what comes to mind? A Ned Rig, perhaps? Or maybe you're one. When I say finesse bait, the thing that comes to mind is actually a drop shot. Wouldn't it be cool if there was one bait specifically designed to cross over so you could effectively fish it as both a Ned Rig and a drop shot? Well, hold on to your giblets, because we have that bait thanks to Epic Bait Molds and their new 3.1-inch tactical Millipede. Got another shop to water for you guys today. We're going to shoot some of those bad boys in 2 different color patterns. Then we're going to grab Bob, we're going to get on the water, and we're going to test them out. 1 cup of BaitPlastics 242 as usual. Headed to the microwave. While that warms up, let me give you guys a closer look at this mold. So as mentioned, it is the 3.1-inch tactical Millipede 12 cavity mold. So here's the top, just like the big Millipede that we shot earlier on the channel. It's got these thin ribs, lots of legs. Now the bottom. Check this out. Standard, right? And then he skipped a segment, and it gets real thin at each one of those intervals. You gotta picture this thing, the fat part with all the ribs, you know, down at the head, and then those missing segments are up straight. And because those segments are missing, you got extra movement on the Ned. And then you do it on a drop shot, and it goes like this, and it just flutters. Here we go, all warmed up, ready to rock and roll. I'm gonna do 2 colors as I mentioned, a solid color to begin with, then we'll do a laminate. I'm thinking for the solid color, I'm a sucker for naturals. What can I say? And what is more natural than Lureworks Earthworm? Let's start out with like 10 drops and just see where that takes us. Oh yeah. Dang. They did a nice job with this one. That totally looks like an earthworm. Wow. We are going to add some flake though. Earthworms can have that fleshy, pinky kind of vibe to them. I mean, obviously, that's already going on here, so let's enhance that all the more with some 015 pink. Don't want to overdo it though. Got a 1/16 of a teaspoon. Let's do, well, it's kind of saturated. Let's go ahead and do a full 1/16. See what that looks like. Yeah, I wouldn't go any more than that. Cool, that looks good on the pink side. I want my earthworms though to look a little dirty, to look a little grody, to look a little nasty. Thought about 062, kind of get that splotchy look, but I thought that was too much. Thought about just regular black, but I wanted something a little bit more tame, so I went with this one, 015 Smoke. I am gonna do only half of a 1/16 of a teaspoon for this one though. Let's see what that looks like first. If we think it needs a little more, then we can always add more. Just want to dirty it up a little bit, you know? Yeah, there we go. And just like that, we are ready for our first shot. Oh, there we go. Oh yeah. Oh man. Looks like I had an air bubble on that one, but that's on me, not on the mold. But the rest of these look fantastic. Obviously this is the bottom. See how it thins out like crazy when that segment is missing? Oh, it's gonna be so deadly. Love it. Just enough sparkle with the pink, and just enough kind of dirty essence with that smoke in there. I think these are gonna be fantastic. Part of the reason I am so jacked to fish these is because we're heading back to the Queen. That middle pond is giving me all kinds of fits. And I've never been on it with Bob. Again, for those maybe new to the channel, Bob is my kayak. Because, you know, it bobs. The Queen is just crystal clear, so that's why I really wanted a lighter color, natural look with just a little bit of sparkle. First color of our laminate going into the microwave. While that is warming up, let's talk rigging. The Queen has its fair share of cover, but it's all super shallow, both the cover as well as the entire pond. So we'll go over and we'll check out the trees. We'll definitely be able to fish around those better than from the bank. But there's some laydowns in there as well that they just have to hold sizable fish. So that's the plan, which means we need to be weedless. And I'm thinking the weedless Midwest Finesse head is going to be the ticket on the Ned Rig side. For the drop shot, we're actually just going to fish it as a standard drop shot, but I make my own weights because Do It has a teardrop drop shot weight mold, which I kind of prefer. I like that shape, so I make them myself. That was the sound of our next color here. Let's do the bottom side first, and one of my favorites for a nice white belly is Silk Pearl by Lureworks. I'm going with 1/8 of a teaspoon here for a cup, which could sound like maybe a lot, but I'm looking for saturation. I want both the top and the bottom of this laminate to really hold up to each other because it gets really thin where those segments are missing, especially. See what I mean about the silk pearl? It really does look silky. Oh, so cool. No flake in that silk. That's exactly what I wanted for that belly color. So we're moving on to now the top. And for the top, I'm actually going to Amazon. Amazon Color Shift. Bought these forever ago when I watched a video by my buddy Nick Rundle. This one sounded cool. It is green, gold, and red, which seemed like it would look good. Still on that natural-ish side because we got ultra clear water. I don't want anything super loud. 1/8 of a teaspoon. And let's see what that looks like. I really have no idea what to expect here. Ooh. Okay. It's definitely more gold than anything, although I do see some streaks of green in there. And even the occasional red. Looks cool. All right, here we go. Into 8-ounce dual injector, top on my left, bottom on the right. So I got the white on the right. We got the bottom. Oh, they all stuck in there, but that looks promising. Man, I just can't get over how cool this mold is. Goodness gracious. Let's see what the top looks like. Oh, look at that. Oh man, so good. There's a nice little close-up for you. See that green right there? Just depends on how the light hits it. And the lamination, spot on. Man. Welcome back to the Queen. The name of the game today is going to be vindication. Yes, the Queen is a fickle one. She has given me troubles in the past, and it's high time that I have some redemption. We have not caught a decent one on camera out of here. Hopefully today that changes. Lord, what a beautiful day, and thank you for it. Thank you for the kindness of this landowner to let me come out here and fish his property. But most of all, Lord, I thank you for your son, Jesus, who came to the earth, died on the cross to make a way for sinners like me to be with you forever and to be forgiven. Thank you again for this day, and whether we catch fish or not, may all I do and say be to the glory of your name. Amen. Figure we start out with the Ned Rig and this lay down right in front of me. I am keeping my distance from it though, because as I have mentioned before, the Queen is very shallow and extremely clear. So There's a hit. Little guy. Looking for that line to pick up and start swimming off. Let's get just a hair closer. Even weedless. No guarantees. Well, as long as I'm in here, might as well cast over to the bank. Oh, there we go. I thought I was snagged. I was not. That's a fish. There we go. First one of the day on the old tactical millipede. There we are. Nice little chunky dude. One of many that size today, I'm guessing. And good my guess was indeed. After that catch, I moved around, found a few more, but nothing of any size, so I swapped to the drop shot, only to have my spool blow up, removing that as an option. So, went back to the Ned, caught another small one, then just called it a night. I definitely had some success with the Ned Rig, but as I rode back to the shore, I was reminded of the last video where I made and fished that 3-inch chunk paddle tail, and like tonight, it didn't go as planned. So, as I mulled it over, I couldn't help feeling like I could have done better in both cases. Like I was leaving with some unfinished business. Yes, it is the next day. We are not giving up that easily. We're back out at the ponds. I'm here at the King. We are going to beat the bank at the King, maybe all three, and see if we can't truly show what these baits can do, because they're fantastic. Starting with the paddle tail. There's one right there. Doesn't feel like a big one, but that's a good start. Yeah, oh my lands. He's a little guy. Do you think he wanted it? Holy moly, that thing is gone. Whoa, oh, I didn't even move it. That feels like a better fish. Still not huge, but well, he must have hit it on the fall. Yeah, buddy. They're getting a little bigger. Still not a big one, but not too bad. We're moving in the right direction. Okay. That one feels a little bit better. Yeah, that's a better one. It's almost on the bottom. Just barely started moving it off the bottom. Good to know. Boy, the King is very clear right now. Wow. There we go. Now we're talking. Still not huge, but once again, history. The thing is gone. Man, they love this chunk. I'm telling you guys, they love this chunk paddle tail. Let's move down a bit. They seem to be in the deeper section, not so close to the trees, but more out in this middle. Interesting. Oh, hit on the fall. Oh. That was a comedy of errors. And that's a good fish. I had bugs flying all around my face, line getting caught up on the reel weird. But you know, you got the right bait when they're eating it like that. Couple more with this chunk. We'll switch over to drop shot, even though this wind is gonna make that interesting. Just killed me that my reel blew up yesterday. I really want to fish that drop shot again. Oh, yep, there's another. Oh, he's staying down. He is staying down. we have a good one here? Maybe the best so far? Oh yeah, looks good. That is definitely the best so far. Oh, heck yeah. How about that one there? Yes, sir. That's gotta be 2 3/4, pushing 3. You can always tell the good ones because they don't want to come up. Looky there. Yeah, now we're talking. Chunk paddle tail. I could fish that bait all day. All day. And we'll pick it up again. I want to throw it in the queen because Reed caught that yellow perch out of here, and I caught a 15-inch crappie, both out of the queen on this paddle tail. So we'll pick it up again, but let's get some drop shot. So my thought was start with the paddle tail, moving bait, and then once they kind of, you know, chill out on that, although I don't know that they ever would, then turn to something slower, closer to the bottom. Couple bites there in the king, but nobody committed, so let's try the queen. There's one. How you doing? Don't mind me, just catching slabs. Catching a dandy of a bluegill there and got some company, so it was beautiful. Not sure you guys got a good look at it, but it was a pretty fish on the drop shot out of the queen. There's another one. Oh, another bluegill. There you go. Nice little gill. We have moved over to the joker. As you can see, virtually no wind. So let's crack out the old drop shot. Snag, broke off. Let's grab that paddle tail, throw it around. Got my happy accident on. Whoa, oh, okay, okay. I thought I was snagged. I was not snagged. Oh my, get out of those, get out of the way. Oh, you're barely hooked. Come here, you, easy, easy. Not snagged. Another good one, check that out. Couldn't resist that chunk paddle tail. Yeah. So cool. All right, so I re-rigged my drop shot, but it seems like they're in kind of a chasing mood today, which obviously a slow-moving drop shot may not be optimal for the conditions. So what I'm thinking, or what I did rather, was I increased the leader length, I increased the weight size, which should allow me to fish this guy just a little bit faster and maybe elicit kind of a finesse reaction bite. I know what some of you are telling me right now. Adam, just put that chunk paddle tail on the drop shot and make it like a swim drop or a drop swim, whatever they call it. To which I agree, great idea. But remember, I have unfinished business with this tactical millipede, and I want to catch one or a couple with this technique. So I'm staying committed, dang it. Well, went all the way up the joker, had tons of bites, but none of them would take the dang hook. So before I run out of batteries, you guys have like 3%. thought with this longer leader, I already re-rigged it for the longer leader. Let's go back to the king. That grass may have been burying the bait, right? If the leader's too short, it may have been burying the bait, which is why we weren't getting as much action earlier. There it is. There it is. Daggone it. Yes. I think my bait was getting buried in the grass. That longer leader kept it probably right above, right on top. All right, I need to focus. Come here, you. Come here, you. It's one of my favorite things about fishing. Figuring it out, right? Figuring it out. What's going wrong? I know the bait is a catcher. I don't know, maybe there's grass out there I don't know about, a longer leader. Boom. Yesterday we caught him on the Ned. Today we caught him on the drop shot. And as an extra bonus, we caught some dandies on that 3-inch chunk paddle tail. I would say that that wraps up all unfinished business. Guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you like these kinds of videos where I'm making something from scratch and then taking it out fishing, be sure to check out the video down below. Otherwise, until the next time, I'll see you guys in the shop.